During the tumultuous colonial era, the leading world powers fought for territory and dominance, seeking to expand their empires and exploit the resources of the lands they plundered. Since their arrival in the late 1400s, the islands of the so-called New World were fiercely contended over, and their history illustrates the changing of hands among these powers through the years. Although the British had long ruled Trinidad, it was not lost on the then government that an enemy invasion could befall them at any time, and an alternative supply point for British ships or an evacuation base would be necessary, should the capital no longer be a viable option. This was the purpose for which Fort Abercromby was built circa 1797. Located on a strategic defensive position, the fort overlooks the Las Cuevas Bay and was meant to defend against hostile invaders, having the advantage of high ground and the protection of sheer cliff walls. Today, it is a far cry from its original structure, as its lifespan was cut short in 1805. Upon seeing a fleet of ships approaching and fearing an enemy attack they could not prevail against, the officer in charge ordered the destruction of the base. The fort was razed and the cannons made useless, two of which are still here to this day. Incidentally, the fleet in question was that of Lord Nelson en route to the storied Battle of Trafalgar. Today, the fort comprises lookout points that now serve very different purposes. To the north, up hundreds of steps, lies the first. A view to the west and southward to the bay are singular in beauty. Further along and through a wooded area, for the more curious of us, a vantage point higher still, but obscured by trees. A path more risky lies ahead, but not without reward. A rare view of a cliff face and a drop that plummets to the crashing waves below. Back to the base, another lookout point just at the water's edge, unobstructed by trees. Just to the right of the cannons, a few rough stairs will take you much closer to the swirling waters below. Stand too close and you may even be showered by the ocean spray. Further to the right and you get even closer to the waves, but do so with great care, as the rocks may be slippery with moss. The battering waves here are unforgiving and may prove too much for even the strongest swimmer. A path to the left of the cannons takes one to yet another point with an unobstructed view. Again, a stunning view of Las Cuevas Bay, and the mountains in the distance are most prominent. Below, the aquamarine hues of the turbulent Caribbean Sea and rushing waves violently crash against the protruding rocks, all the while constantly eroding the very embankment on which one stands, making its edges prone to collapse and be forever lost to the depths. With any luck, Fort Abercromby will never again be used for its original purpose, and we can all enjoy it as a relic from the past, a reminder of our history. I'm Kari Roberts, giving you a glimpse of the paradise we have right here.